piece is called Return, and it's to John Adams' Short Ride in a Fast Machine and Harmonietta Part 3. The music definitely inspired the ideas for sure. Somehow this cave idea came along, that they were a bunch of friends that are running off and exploring this cave that they discover.
I feel like Garrett came in and made sure that we knew that there were relationships and intention. This ballet is about friendship and discovery.
The piece itself is maybe one of these times that they've come back. Not necessarily the first time, but it's a place that they return to.
The music is fantastic, it's exciting, it has energy. It's a lot of what Garrett brings to the studio. His personality really comes out.
I think that we're playing more with minimalism in this piece. I'm playing with wings and stuff that Houston Ballet already has, and just being as creative as I can. I feel like I have this huge creative team all working for this same goal, to produce an incredible piece.
You feel like you're a part of, a real adventure. It should be really exciting.
As far as costume, I would Google vintage images of rock climbers and cave explorers. I sent these to Travis, my designer, and I said, these are sort of the images I'm going with.
And working with Garrett is so awesome because he's already got a very clear idea of what some of the references might be for color, texture, location. For this piece, we didn't want all the boys in the same shirt and all the girls in the same top. We wanted a whole bunch of individuals that blend.
It looked really cool because he's taking this sort of scuba material that he is putting the leather details that he's printed over so they actually look thick, like leather. And then that way it's still danceable because it's Lycra.
Knowing how physical Garrett's ballets are, and that a girl might stand on a boy's back or be flung from a harness across the floor or any number of things, it all has to be very comfortable for the performers and very movable.
I talked to Travis and I said, I want to have them swinging around in a harness. And he talked to his physics professor from college and they made some harnesses. They sent them over, and there was a girl in my neighborhood who was a dancer, and we went over to the church, and in the gym we had our first trial and it worked. So I made a YouTube video and I sent it to them. They watched it and they tweaked it, and when we got here at Houston Ballet I showed everyone kind of what I wanted to happen, and within 5 minutes they had it down and you had girls spinning. So that's kind of a little special effect that we have in the piece. This cave element has definitely served for a great source of inspiration for lighting, not just costumes. I've looked at a lot of natural lighting by glowworms. This was an image that I took and I put in my inspiration file, and you could see that there's natural lighting that exists in caves, and we're going to try to create this glowworm effect. I have a really great, talented designer, Lisa Pinkham, so I'm really, really excited to have her. I know this company so well, being here for 6 years. I know whose chemistry works best with certain partners. I chose Melody and Connor to do one of the lead pas de deux.
Connor and my partnership in Garrett's piece, it's a really fun combination of elements going on. Connor and I have known each other for a long time and have danced all sorts of different roles together.
I knew that they would dance my favorite part in the music. It's crazy energetic. I got this idea of this light taking over their bodies and they're sort of being paralyzed, and we call it the chisel section, and the guy, he sort of manipulates her and she is reacting to all those movements.
With Garrett's piece and what he kind of wanted from that part, it was a good combination, I think. He would just be like, I just really need you to go for it in this section. I just really need this thing to happen. Like, here's my idea. And it was fun to have a partnership where we felt free to push our limits. And I think that ended up being a good match for that partnership for us.
Garrett brings a lot of energy into the studio. He knows what he wants, but he also really enjoys working with the people that he chooses to be in his pieces.
William Newton, he's dancing the Momentum pas de deux with Kate Precourt. And Will, he has been a part of every single piece that I've done here in Houston from the very, very beginning.
We started with the choreographic workshop that they have here during the summer intensive, and I was fortunate enough to be put in his piece. Garrett was able to really develop at that time, and you could see what was going to come out of that.
So from there, I've always been able to work with him. He's an extremely strong guy, extremely strong partner. He always wants to get the best quality. It's been really cool to have someone like that who I've worked with this whole time.
Garrett works hard to bring the best out of everyone that's in the room. It gets intense, it gets very specific, but it's definitely collaborative, so you feel like you're working with him.
It's fun to be able to participate in this part of Garrett's journey, because I think he's really coming into his own.
It's wonderful to see him get opportunities, because I think that an audience deserves to see what he has to offer.
As we've come closer to the end of the ballet, it sort of all started coming together and being more cohesive, and everyone's really thrown themselves into his world that he wanted to create for us.
They are an incredibly hard-working company, and it is a choreographer's company. It's a dream to work on these dancers because they're such hard workers and they really want to get you what you want. To be here for 5 weeks straight until the premiere, I think it just will be that consistency that helps it peak at the right time.